everyone. I'm so excited to tell you about this podcast. It's called The DK Project, but it's really The Darren Show. So thanks for tuning in. You're going to want to sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Let's go!
Hey everybody, it's DK. I wanted to just give everybody a heads up. The audio on this one's a little sketchy, social distancing. So we're trying to do a separation thing, which is pretty reflective in the Big Easy's audio on this one. So bear with us. We're working out the kinks, but got a great episode here. I think you're going to enjoy it. This episode of the project's brought to you by NRD Landscape Design. If you or someone you know is considering a landscape project, give the good folks at NRD a call. I know it sounds cliche, but no job's too big or too small. They've done several projects at my houses, and I can't say enough. It's the way contracting should be. On time, on budget, no hidden costs. Check them out on the web at nrdlandscape.com or call 952-212-2665. Tell them you heard about it on the DK Project. Now, on with the show. Welcome, podcast listeners. The DK Project rolls on. Pandemic or not, who gives a shit? We got the Big Easy with us today, and trying something new, trying to spread it out a little bit, check in on people, make sure everything's going well. I've kind of fallen into my pandemic routine, and I kind of like it. I don't know what you got new. You got new stuff.
What's the routine?
Well, like having the kids at home, not having to go out to dinner. I'm not spending any money. I just gassed up my mule for $26. Come on.
I know the gas prices are fantastic.
If we could get rid of the pandemic portion of it.
I know. You know what else I like? I like the quiet roads. I'm driving around feeling like I own the place.
Yeah, but I think we need to mention the fucking weirdo you just ran into.
Oh, dude, let's jump right into that.
What is that?
Oh, I was hoping the picture. It was very hard to get that picture. By the way,
is that a new custom M95 mask?
Like a full zoom. So, dude, okay, if you were at a gas station or a grocery store late at night,
yeah,
and that dude rolls in, are you not diving behind the counter looking for the panic button?
No, I'm reaching for the service weapon and taking care of the problem. Give me a break. It's bird hunting season. So just to set this up for the listeners, the Big Easy's out and about today, and sends me this picture, and he's like, hey, just a heads up, take a look at this freak. And it's a dude in like a white full zip sweatshirt that has some kind of markings on it, maybe some feathering. Yep. And then he's got like a full beak, I don't know, with a fedora on top of that. So a big full black beak and a black hood. And he looks like he's got like a half mitten on, maybe a half glove, fingerless.
It's a half glove, and just to paint the picture, this beak-like thing, it how far would you say?
Oh my gosh, that's a
face?
True foot, right? That's at least a foot.
Oh, a minimum. I'm thinking 16 to 18 inches off his face.
That might be an 18-inch clucker. I don't know, dude. That is super different.
And by the way, the beak/mask, because it goes from eyes. You can't see eyes. It is forehead down to chin, solid black leather. So with little holes.
The mask is?
Yes.
Is that some kind of sexual
thing? Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, let me grab the beak. What? Maybe his significant other's into bird play.
God, maybe.
I'm really into fowl. Come on. That is crazy.
I did a double take.
I don't know. I think hitting it with the car would have been the best option, but that may have left a stain on your car. That is crazy.
Yeah. Not with the car wash is closed. You can't do that.
You know what I saw the other day when I was in Sedona? There was a girl on was it a Segway? Might have been a Segway.
Segway, those things.
Oh no! You know what? It was one of those.
Don't fall over.
It was one of those scooters. Like a scooter, like a Lime or whatever, with a gas mask on, like she was like she just finished painting a car, and she just hopped right on the scooter and headed to town. Because at that time that was deemed safe. I've got some Pandy notes here that
Pandy.
I think is a few things worth touching on. Do you think that in this environment when you really can't? I was at Jimmy John's today, and on the door it says no more than 3 people in the store at a time. And when I walked out of there with my horseshit sandwich, it wasn't that good at all. It was their new Cuban. And
A lot of bread.
Stick to the basics, boys. That's good bread, though. There were 5 people in there. And I'm just like, it says right on the sign. So I'm like on the verge of pissing my pants. Like I'm thinking of where my PD is because I'm looking at the door and the door says restrooms are not available. So what do? I don't use them. So then I'm thinking, all right, so I'm gonna have to do the mobile piss, in the PD. But just as I walked into the store, I threw out my Starbucks cup. So I'm screwed.
Oh,
I'm
so your
screwed.
PD is in the garbage.
So is there more? Are the laws loosened up on public pissing because I can't use a public restroom anymore? Does that mean that
I think you win that argument?
Can you go crank out on the shoulder? I mean,
you go. This is a pandemic crank out. This is.
I'd like to use the Pandy clause.
Announcement. That's right.
What are you doing, Pandy clause, dude? That's like when you're on the reservation and a regular street cop wants to do something, they can't do anything. So in this day and age, when I'm doing a side piss on the road thing, I'm gonna invoke Pandy law. That's the deal. You can't give me a ticket because what cop's gonna come up when you're standing there, crank in hand, and he's gonna come up and ask for your license? No way. He'll just be
not without some serious hand sanitizer.
It'll be. Can I see your license, please?
So a Pandy deuce is completely in order as well, right?
Hey, anything goes during a Pandy. I'm telling you.
Right.
Hey, what did you think of my new deal? I saw that on somebody's podcast yesterday because the Chinese flu is so offensive. They've now gone to call it
Kung Flu.
The Kung Flu. Yeah. Come on, that's premium. They can't.
I love it.
They can't bitch at Trump for that. That shit is real in this coronavirus era. So, do you think that the police are being more lenient because they don't want to approach the perp because of the pandemic? Do you think they're like, he's only going 15 over? We'll let it go a little bit.
I would think it's more lenient for sure. I have not even seen a real big police presence. I've been out and about. Obviously, I'm
the cops get
in
shut
between
down.
homes.
The cops get shut down during the Pandy.
I'm telling you, the dude I sent you a picture of, if he walked into a store full face concealed, where are the cops?
Shoot to kill. That's the answer. Pass the jujubes and shoot to kill. Because yeah, I mean, you just asking.
An AC/DC song?
I think you're mixing up Shoot to Thrill.
Shoot to Thrill.
And,
you're right.
And let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a snack. Because that's a jujube thing, right?
Yeah.
Give me some of them juju. No, that's the Eddie Murphy bit.
That's the Rocky.
Yeah. Oh, you just saw Rocky. Pay for my fucking candy. I love that bit, but you know what? I've pulled it out a couple of times where it was very appropriate and the other people just didn't get it. Like, there was a little guy
from Raw, the Eddie Murphy or Delirious.
Yeah. Like there was this coach who was talking to me like maybe he talks to one of his athletes. And I was looking down at him going, oh, you just saw Rocky, didn't you? Like, who do you think you're talking to? But
you pulled it out. Like you didn't show someone the actual
No.
Eddie Murphy clip.
I've gone to that. Like when a little person comes up to me and they're like, I don't mean like a little person, like a Majit. I mean
like a little person.
I mean like a smaller person because I'm huge. And they're talking all tough. It's like, come on, simmer down now.
That's like the small dog syndrome, right? The fuckers are barking at everything.
Oh God, insert boot here.
I don't even have any idea how. I have like a thing that I want to run by you later in the cast to help our listeners who have never met you.
Excellent.
Understand something. But but one of the pieces of it is literally mentions little people.
Oh yeah.
How in the world? Yeah. How did we touch on little people? That is crazy.
It comes up a lot, but it's not often.
Why?
It's not often. Well, I go through a little thing right now because my little dude at home, I often refer to him as a Majit. Actually, you want to hear a funny story, which borders on being sensitive, but hey, it's Pandy law. We can say whatever the hell we want. And so I'm at the end of the year hacky party, and everybody, hockey parents. So what do you think's going on? You're getting blotto drunk.
Boozing.
And I'm talking to my one buddy. We're having a hell of a good time. And there's this one guy who I think, full disclosure, was throwing a tantrum because his wife was drinking and he couldn't. So he was pissed because he wanted to be drinking, but they live far away, so they couldn't. So he couldn't drink because they had to drive. And and at one point he came over, and it was the Majit thing came up, and I'm like, it came up like, hey, if you didn't have those arm extensions, you'd be a little person, dude, because you got full size arms. And it didn't go over well with him, but my buddy that I was talking to, I think might have piddled a little bit because it was pretty damn funny. But yeah, then he didn't come back the rest of the night. He was pouting. But I'm like, God, dude, it's just a joke. Why do people take everything so seriously?
Down.
People should know by now that any interaction with me is I don't really take anything seriously. And that's a fact. Hey,
it is a fact.
Did I cut you off there? Were you talking little people? Oh, that was for later in the show. So I know you're moving and you're between palatial estates, but have you fallen into a lockdown routine? Like we're doing this, we're doing that. I mean, Christ, you're an everyday grocery shopper. What are you doing?
I am an everyday, and hey, dude, in between, so we're in the rental, right? Because the house is getting remodeled.
Right.
And I have been living for 3 weeks like you're on vacation.
Oh,
where everything is purchased. No, not in a good way. Like, we don't have a home base where it's stocked with groceries where you make a meal 3 times a day.
Well, that's just poor planning on your part.
No, it's just a really small fridge.
You should always be Pandy ready. You don't have a bunker at the new at the rental? You don't have a doomsday bunker?
Hell no.
So what do your kids do all day then? You got little kids.
I know, man. I did not expect to have kids at home all day when we moved out. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, damn.
That was the curveball.
Whew.
They go for now that we're in town again, they go for walks and bike rides, and
luckily the wife's handling that part of the game.
Yeah. I'm at the office.
I got to go out and make money so we can eat every damn night. I hear you. I hear you. God.
Yeah. It's speaking of eating and during this time, do you think? So now we're shut down, locked down for at least till April 10th, says Walsey.
What does that even mean? Was that what we're going with as Walsey? I like that. Yeah. Ballsy's Walsies. And Walsey's ballsies.
Hold on, no. Or now, when would you say people are going to come out of this thing more in shape from walking and biking and you do a little exercising and nothing else to do?
I would hope.
Or do they come out fatter because you're sitting around eating shit food?
All I do is eat. That's all I do is eat.
And what are these people going by? Pasta, rice, all the high carb shit.
Yeah.
They're just sitting around eating, not doing anything. What do you think? Do you come out 10 pounds heavier or 10 pounds lighter after a month of Pandy?
My Pandy is 10 pounds heavier, but I know the wife is probably going to be 10 pounds lighter because she's working out like a fiend. And
so it's a wash.
She actually cleaned the house.
This is a pandemic.
I know. I'm like, is there a pandemic around? You're cleaning? Yeah, she picked the wrong week to change housekeepers or house cleaners. I'm like, whatever.
What's next?
Yeah, no
shit. Swing a pen on a bill.
Whoa! It'd be more odd to see her with a deposit slip. What are you doing with that? Are you familiar with how that works? Jesus. Hey, speaking of Pandy proof, I've run into a couple people now where they're going full time with the gloves. Now, like when I go to pump gas, I filled up the jitney for $26 yesterday. Love it. But I went with the glove to hold the thing. And hey, a little secret here. You know what? I was running really low on hand sanitizer. So I went to they have hand sanitizer next to the pump in case you get gas on your hands. So I put my little hand sanitizer bottle under that one, and I started pumping it to fill my bottle. And then I thought, God, this probably looks really bad because there's cameras everywhere. It's not stealing. I just I needed a little more of a larger portion for latter use because I don't know that I got all the gas smell off initially. Shut up, Mother Teresa. There isn't any anywhere. What are we supposed to do? It's a goddamn pandemic, man. What do you want me to do? Soap. Oh, yeah.
Dial.
Well, then I have to go into the bathroom that's not available. How do you do that? Just pull over
enter his house.
Pull over and start urinating on my hands. So anyway, the glove thing, people are wearing rubber gloves. Like I went to see my appliance lady and she's wearing the rubber gloves and the mask, which is great. But you realize if you wear the masks or the gloves all day, that it's
just on the gloves.
Yeah, it's the same as your hands. It's just on the gloves.
Yeah.
Because I looked at these gloves and I'm like, those are not fresh out of the box. You can't get 2 days out of a set of rubbers. You just can't. It's one task and they're done. Another task and they're done. I was watching Bobby Lee the other day on his podcast, and he's got the rubber gloves on, and it's like, what are you doing? You're still touching
on
your
podcast. He's in his place.
Yeah, he's in his safe environment, and he's got it. He's drinking beverages and grabbing everything and touching his face, and it's like, why do you have the gloves on? It doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm wondering if this epidemic has just been pandemic has gone to people really show their true colors. Like they're freaking out. Yeah, I know. I get it, but you could die walking across the street to get your mail. Insert car here. Boom, you're done.
Yeah, it's there. You see the people who respond, they react emotionally, and those that react with logic and a course of action.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Hey, speaking of which, I have been doing a little takeout food, which I do kind of dig because you don't have to tip. You don't have to tip. But what about these goddamn...
I'm tipping bigger right now. I tip more on takeout than I do if I'm sitting in the restaurant right now. What are you doing? You better edit that out, dude.
Heinz...
You don't tip. You're a community man.
You know what?
You don't tip. These guys are on the front lines.
You know what? I bring that back. Okay, so I didn't tip at the one place, but I've been tipping. I get it. I just went through and got a coffee this morning. Listen to this, and this isn't anything other than for the show. But I went into my local coffee place, and I never tip when I'm there. Never. I go there every day, and I just don't tip. I just and then like once a year I'll throw them a $100 or something or whatever, and. That happened once, but that's a different story. But
it could happen next year.
It's a 7-year run with that happened once. Yeah. But we've got a 5-year plan where it might happen again. But I went into this
every 200 coffees I throw 100.
Well, when was the last time they gave me something for free? Come on. Well, actually, I do get a free cup every once in a while.
Far from
I used to know a lot of
$3 for coffee.
Yeah, it's crazy. I go in there. I go in there today, and my total's $267, like it is every day, because I get black coffee, couple ice cubes, no cream, and I throw the lady a $20, and she goes to give me my change back, and I just kind of wave it off, and she's like, "Are you serious? That's so generous." I'm like, whatever, and we're just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, "You still got to get the coffee, though." we can't sit around patting each other on the back all day. I'm gonna need the coffee.
Time's a wasting.
Yeah, don't make me take it back. Because it was definitely uncomfortable. But she's like looking around to see if she's been scammed or not. But if you go into a coffee place right now, there's just not a lot of people that are going in. So they're not getting any tips. And they got Paula working the drive-through, my main gal Paula, but she's got that resting angry face.
I know.
She ain't getting a lot of tips.
I went to the Starbucks drive-through this morning on my way to I had an appointment in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And it was maybe I pulled in, I was probably car number 10 in the drive-through.
And you waited?
And
come on, dude. Get real.
Yeah. And And then when I later, just not like maybe 2 hours later, I was at the hardware store in Shorewood, right next to the Caribou.
Yeah.
Which does not have a drive-through. Right. Wow. Ghost town. I thought it was closed. It was dark. Nobody inside. Little sign in the window. We are open.
Yeah, well, and then so make sure you tip those people, you cheap ass.
I didn't go in.
I have to explain my Paula situation. I feel bad for outing her, but I have more fun with this lady at Caribou than anybody I've ever. I tend to have fun with the ladies at Caribou because, number one, there's only one dude that's worked there in the last 5 years. But
folks, this means Paul is a listener.
Well, it could be. I got to bail water on the boat. She drives a. I don't want to get too detailed, but I give her hell every day. I'm like,
DL number.
Still smiling, huh, Paula? She's like, I have so much fun with her. It's the best. It actually brightens up my day. But she, you can tell she gets up at 4:30 to make the coffee because she's full of joy in the morning. But nicer person you never gonna meet. Never gonna meet. That
since we're talking about food and beverage items, I have I try to avoid fast food in general.
Yeah,
not because of anything other than just my waistline.
Yeah,
I'm not one of these guys who bashes. White trash, whatever.
But kind of is.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. This situation of being in between homes,
oh man,
has created a lot of eating while out, right? And you can't go in. So like an animal, I was so hungry. I was forced to eat takeout fast food in my vehicle parked, right? 'Cause you can't dine
right
in. I know. So then I had to a site visit to meet a contractor. And you ever leave a fast food bag in your car?
No.
And then come back?
No, dude, that's Bush League. That is Bush League.
Devastating.
Why would you do that? Especially if there's a little bit of heat outside.
I opened the door and thought I got in the wrong car. Like, did someone slaughter animals in here?
Oh.
It is so bad.
Sure that wasn't your underoos from a little Alestra drip? Hell no. Yeah, no, dude, you can't do that. That is...
I didn't know.
Which fast food did you eat?
Should I throw them under the bus?
Sure. I don't care.
McDonald's.
Oh, I had Culver's yesterday, and it, normally that double butter burger doesn't play well with me, but I did fine. Speaking of which, go ahead.
I don't even know if this was the. I'm not trying to throw the following people under the bus because they are a very small owner-operated business down by my office. It's I'm not even saying the name. The corner place by
the pizza
Starbucks
place
over here. Yeah. They have non-pizza items, real good. So I slide in there. I'm like, I don't want a slice for lunch. So I look at the menu.
You mean a slice that'll cover the hood on your car?
Yeah, huge. Yeah, and I get exactly. The place. So I go with the combo panini.
Oh,
it is a sausage and meatball. No, Italian beef and sausage panini.
Sounds like ass gas to me.
So, dude, I can bring this thing back to the office, and I'm looking. And first of all, it's enormous, and it is a lot of meat. And it's got that stuff. I don't know how to say it. Gardini. It's like those pickled spicy veggies, like the crunchy.
Oh, the colorful ones. Yeah.
Giardelli or Gier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I'm not going to help you.
I don't know. So it had that on there. Cheese came with a little hot beef jus on the side.
Jesus.
I'm
fucking going, man. I'm fucking going.
Okay, I don't know if it was coincidence or that sandwich, but later on that night,
had a little 4-alarm.
There was a massive problem. Yeah.
I
But I'd order it again today, baby. It was good.
I'd sit through that hurricane again.
Oh yeah.
I was listening to
really everybody else paid in the house, not me.
The smaller rental doesn't quite have the plumbing to handle what I'm offering. We had to give a separate deposit. I was listening to Bert and Tom today on Two Bears, One Cave, and Bert, they were talking about Bert's stools, and he's like, no, never have a solid one, never. He goes in the morning, he goes, it's like someone took a pile of clay and threw it in the toilet. He goes, the afternoon one, just a mess everywhere, and I almost had to pull over. I couldn't handle it.
Oh my God.
Because
that's a unique topic of conversation.
Oh, those two just get into the weirdest shit. I actually can't watch their podcast because they show some really gross stuff on there.
Gross.
But Segura's playing right into it. Like you never get the double taper. He's like, never. He goes, I never have like a dog shit, you know? When you try to explain it, that's a good way to explain it. Cause you never see a dog spraying mud. They're always, logging. So it's like, I never have like a dog shit, but it was hilarious. I literally almost had to pull over. Hey, the other thing that came up on that podcast was, and I don't know, maybe I'm naive. I'd believe that. And I know you're a social media giant, but is Black Twitter a real thing? Is that like a real thing?
Never heard of it.
Oh, jeez, dude.
What?
All right, I'll save that question for someone who might know something. Yeah, Black Twitter.
I don't even know how to log into my Twitter account.
I don't even know how to Twitter.
I've never tweeted.
Sounds like you and Nancy Pelosi are in the same boat there, huh? Did you see her talk?
Got it. Speaking of that, I hired a new marketing firm for the Google ads and all that stuff. And it's a real firm. and we're doing a conference call yesterday, and they send over an email, and it lists everything they're going to need from me, like admin access, your customer number for Google ads, your analytics login. I mean, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I jump on the call and I go, first and foremost, guys, great list. Second, I don't have any idea how to log into any of it. So you're going to have to give me a day or two. I'm dead serious.
They just hear the crickets in the background.
Yeah.
And then, well, you know what though? That probably lets them know what they're dealing with. If you had all that shit on the ready, they'd probably be like, all right, we gotta go with the A package here. Cause this guy's somewhat savvy when it comes to this kind of marketing, this kind of
where
media.
His passwords
are. where they get to you and they're like, oh shit, put the intern on it. He'll be fine. Like, he ain't gonna know the difference anyway.
We're not even gonna do shit.
Yeah, as long as we don't tell him his passwords in a week or two, he won't even know how to log in. It'll be fine.
He won't even be checking the ads on his social anyway. So
put him on the email drip from different people that says, "Hey, great social media presence." We ain't doing nothing.
Back in his chair. He slides back in his chair in the office and does the whirly bird with his hand. Guys, each one of you every other day, ping this guy saying great ad.
I love this company. Looks like we got a level C package here. Level C package. Do we have a brand new intern? Are we testing anyone? Are there anyone we're testing?
Is there an intern?
That I don't know. I don't even want to know what that shit might cost. I hate it. I got into it. I got into it for a while. I got into it for a while, but now it's like, and I truly think that if I could write grammatically and spell as well as I can talk, I would be a monster on there. But I'm so afraid of typos and grammatical errors.
Why don't you just do the talk to type? We're speaking.
Let me tell you a little story about the last time I typed to talk to type. And this was a while ago. And to give you an idea when this was, not that it's gotten any better since, but I was sporting a BlackBerry at the time.
Oh,
so I'm in the process of...
It's gotten better, dude.
A little bit.
Holy
not a
Christ.
lot. So I'm in the process of buying a house out of foreclosure. I'm not in foreclosure. I'm buying a house that's in foreclosure. So I'm buying
Sure.
it directly from the bank, and I'm dealing with this guy at the bank who's just been great. And I knew he was a good dude because he has the oh man, he has a quote from somebody that you would, if you were a banker, this would not be a quote that you'd have on your tagline or whatever you call it, and that'll come to me eventually. But so anyway, I'm going back and forth with this guy, and it turns out that there's some red tape with the property, so it's kind of getting ugly. We're texting back and forth, and here's this, here's that. Actually, we're emailing, and he's like, "Well, I'm doing everything I can. Here's what we need to do," and and I'm like, "All right, well, it doesn't work that way." And he goes, "Well, why don't we order an appraisal, and when the appraisal comes back, we'll get the value, and we'll go off of that value." And I respond to him. I'm like, "Listen, I've been an appraiser for 20 years, and I'm just going to tear the appraisal apart anyway, because I'm sure it's not going to be done to my liking." So all of a sudden I look and the message is gone, and I'm like, "Well, that's weird. I must have hit the send button, like, because I was driving." This is back when it was legal. Back when it was legal. So I put my smokes down and my map book and my coffee and grabbed the BlackBerry again. And so I go digging through the old files, and I actually pulled over because I'm like, well, I got to figure this out. So I pull over, I pull it up, and it's sent. And I pulled it up and read the message, and it said, "It doesn't matter. I'm just going to rape you anyway." So I like, and it was like tense to where, I'm not talking, but I'll email, where I actually picked up the phone and I'm like, "Dude, I just sent you an email. Just go ahead and delete it. Don't even read it. Don't even read it. Just hit delete."
Oh, that's like that's the green light to read it. I'm stopping everything I'm doing if that.
Oh no,
I'm that guy.
Oh no, he goes, "Read it." He goes, "I've already got it framed on the wall, dude." I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "You know what? I was speak texting, and this is back when that was like space technology. That wasn't like something you did, but it kind of,
you're always so cutting edge, dude.
Well, me. I was number 1 in Brick Breaker 3 years running. But I think I've just gotten to the point where I don't trust it, and it's still, I have an iPhone, and I still don't, speak it, because it doesn't put punctuation in. It doesn't do any of that. And that's maybe my weak spot, is the punctuation. But
see, that's my strong suit.
Oh
but
my
you got
God.
to tell it the punctuate. Like I'll say, da 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 da, comma, da da da, exclamation point, da da da.
Yeah, somewhere between my chair and the phone is a breakdown on the actual punctuation. Like that may not be my sweet spot. Speaking of which, so I've been watching all this social media, because I like to keep my finger on the pulse. And I've had to unfollow some people recently because they're like such victims in such panic mode that they don't know how to live life during the pandemic. Not that I'm any better at doing it than anyone else, but I'm at least realistic about it. Like, we could get sick, some people could be hospitalized. I get it, but we can't stop living. Like, we have to still keep doing things that are within the law, where these people are on here, and some of them are, LA people, if you know what I mean. And and it's just like, good God, get a grip, man. You can't, go off on this tangent, and I don't want to go off on a tangent about them either. But if I was able to like get into a battle, with like, I could call and yell at them on the phone, but they wouldn't answer the phone. But I can't like get my message across clear enough, and punctuation and grammar, to get into a battle with them. Because a lot of these people, it's like, pull your head out of your ass. There's nobody saying anything to them to contradict what they're saying. So it's like, you just have to unfollow them. You can't, like, because you can't tell them anything. It's ridiculous. But so many people are so freaked out about this thing, and they're just going off about, I want to live, so whatever. And a lot of them are pointed towards Trump, which I've mentioned many times. I'm not saying Trump, but he's still our president. We still have to show him some respect. You know what I mean?
And
on the other,
respect is, dude, there's respect.
Well, if you get into these,
that's not even on the table anymore.
If you get into these comments that I'm talking about, or these people on Facebook or Instagram, the way that people talk about that man is like, your mother should slap your face. Like, who taught you? Like you and I could be at the bar drunker than drunk, and I would never talk that way. Like, and I am pretty loose.
Really?
Like, I'll say anything, but what these people say about somebody who obviously has progressed in life a little further than they have, because he's
or that they've never even met,
because he's running the free world. And on the other side of it, you think Biden's going to be a better option? He can't even put a sentence together. And you want him running the show? Like, it's so crazy to me that
Biden speaks like how you text.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Exactly. But I think it's interesting how there's so much love out there right now for everybody to come together and whatever, but yet they'll just hate this man like he killed their mother. It's ridiculous. And I think until people start understanding that there's a certain level of respect with anybody, with a elder person, with a parent, with a friend, with a leader of the free world, have some respect if you want to be treated with
anybody.
Respect. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And this pandemic has really brought it out in people on social media because everybody's such a badass on social media. Whoa,
I know. They love to hear themselves talk.
You know, that's and I've got into this in prior episodes that everybody's such a badass when they're texting or tweeting at you. And what old DK does, I pick up the phone. You want to talk about it? I'll talk. And I'm not, by no means, I'm not a fighter. I'm not a tough guy. But everybody thinks they're such a badass on social media and on texting and whatnot. And this pandemic's really brought it out. And a lot of it is aimed towards our government officials. It's like, and one in particular, I don't want to name names, but
yeah,
it's,
we can speculate all you want.
It's unbelievable. So now I'm done. I'm done talking about it. I think it's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Regardless of the person it's being directed to, directing that kind of ugliness towards anybody when you're an adult is just infantile.
Well, right. It just shows your level of immaturity that, number one, who talks that way? Like, the stuff they were saying, it's like, number one, the guy is or is not a billionaire. He is a multimillionaire. Let's say that. I mean, he's got his own planes. He's got his own shit. I mean, he's doing quite well. Whether you like how he did it or not, it doesn't matter. He is where he is. And he is the president. And to think that all this falls on his shoulders, come on. There's a few people that are pretty damn smart working around him who are leading him to these decisions, I got to think. He's not just sitting in there going, hey, let's call it a pandemic, huh? Let's shut everything down.
Yeah, I know.
Pass me the beer nuts.
Well, it's like I think people get, in general, whether it's their guy in office or the guy they hate in office or whatever, I think they've put way too much stock into that position. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
One dude is not. I mean,
it's not that kind of a thing. Although, did you see the good prince has the crud?
Oh yeah,
Charlie.
Yeah, Prince Charles. Yeah,
he's got the shit. Huh.
Prince Chaz.
Chazzy. So does Tom Hanks. And the only reason why I bring this up is because, again, once I saw that Tom Hanks and his wife had it, I went online and I wanted to follow him because I want to see if there's a picture or seeing them throw up or seeing them sick in a hospital bed. Like, give me something, like, let me show me this is real. Have you seen it real yet? I haven't seen it real yet. So, I mean, other than in the news, but there's a lot of whatever. So I'm following him. And the coolest part about Tom Hanks's Instagram or whatever, anything he types in there, he signs off HANX. That's fucking cool.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hanks. I love it.
I like it.
You couldn't go with the actual spelling, which is the same amount of letters. You're just going to go with, or actually you'd have to add an S, my bad. But yeah, Hanks. It's pretty cool.
I do that with thanks.
With the X? Dude, that's so taboo.
Why?
I don't know. Come on. You were just talking about how great you are at punctuation and grammar and spelling, and now you're intentionally misspelling words? Or is that just to show your fun side? Like, hey, thanks. X.
No, it's most of the time on in inner office. Like, if I leave a Post-it note for somebody, which happens a lot.
Oh yeah,
it's on there.
Yeah,
because my X looks really fucking cool.
Oh, you're actually penning it. It's actually.
Oh yeah. No, I'm never typing that. No.
Okay, I thought maybe it was a sign off on a text or something, or because all I get is pictures of people dressed as foul
freaks.
Yeah. Hey, we got to wrap this thing up. What do you got? What do you got going down? You got any hot nugs or what?
Nah, no. This came about so quick. My nuggets are all, my drill, man. It's been just moving. 5 places I've lived this month with my family.
Oh, dude.
Month of March.
You're catching up to me. It took me 15 years, but you can go ahead and do it in 5 months. That's fine.
Three of them are pandemic related.
Pandy. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, I did want to ask, because I've been now that we're really going to be holed up, which I don't really know if that changes anything, but what are you doing to stay loose? What are you doing for exercise?
Walking.
You've been known to pick up a little basketball game.
Oh God, we had a little 2-on-2 in the driveway the other day. Old school, baby. I got out of the car and I saw the 2 boys and the bride were out in the driveway, and I'm like, check. Like that's what you say when you play basketball. Check.
Yep.
Boom. 2-on-2.
And the ball comes down.
Me and the little dude taking on the wife and the old kid. They kicked our ass. The wife's got game. I didn't know that. She doesn't quite understand double dribble though. That's complicated.
All the rules. I know you pick up the ball once in a while, but the listeners might not know what sports prowess you have.
Yeah, well, I'm not claiming to be although I did coach it.
I want to give you a little yes and no.
Oh,
okay.
All right. Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna list just to help the listeners understand your sports.
The level of couch time I spend.
I'll list the name, and you say either yes, you'd be able to take them in 101 basketball.
Okay.
Or no, you would not be able to.
Okay, we're going straight hoops.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, let's hear it.
God. Danny DeVito.
Oh, yeah. He probably have a heart attack on the way.
Yeah, you take him?
All right. He doesn't. Well, plus he's all at what? 4 foot nothing?
Yeah.
I mean, with my big shoes on, I could get him. With my little shoes on, I could get him. I could beat Danny DeVito in basketball in flip-flops. That's true.
Ooh,
that's true.
Bold.
Although that little sucker probably run under my legs. All right. All right. Next one.
So we got one in the all right.
Danny DeVito. Come on.
Lil Kim.
Is Rita there? Oh my God. Does Lil Kim ball? I don't even know.
No tease, guy. Lil Kim.
Sorry. Lil Kim.
It's actually hard to say.
I don't even know. Like, it seems like
it's constant and heavy.
I don't even know Lil Kim, but I'm guessing there's a lot of boob, a lot of butt, and a lot of hair.
A lot of.
Yeah. And I'm going to use that to my advantage immediately. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna, because the hair's going to be flying everywhere, boobs bouncing in her face.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the ass does, but that's a whole different deal. So I'm going to put that down as it'll be close. Because Lil Kim, I'm sure she's got some street game. She's familiar with hood rock, playing basketball in the hood. So I'm going to say that'll be a close match, but I am going to win.
Okay. All right, I like that. That's a good
I'm not even that good at basketball, but those two, I think I can. Danny DeVito, I mean, Jesus.
Stephen Hawking.
Isn't he in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Is he still alive? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, so you're talking wheelchair ball now.
Yeah. And he's smart.
Well, he can fucking help him on the court, dude. Ain't gonna matter.
Mm.
Ain't gonna matter. I'm gonna take him.
Physics,
I'm
dude.
The
ball is physics.
Right, but he doesn't have full use of his hands, does he? Like, what is he?
No.
He gonna bounce it in off his head? Yeah, no, I'm taking him. And then he's gonna smoke me in some brain games afterwards. But he's not taking me on the court.
Are you spotting him any points?
I'll spot him. We're playing at 20. I'll spot him 19. And I'm not even that good, but I'm feeling comfortable on that one.
All right. Now, Prince, R.I.P.
The purple one. I'd let him win just because he's the purple one. I mean, I would.
Word on the street was he was a baller, dude.
Really? In heels or not in heels? Because he's all a 5 and change, isn't he?
Yeah, he's real short, but I've read multiple times
5'2" with the fro.
Yeah.
Well, there again.
Depends on what era.
He may have. Yeah, exactly. Can you give me an era on the Prince? You know what? I'm going to say he could probably beat me because he's quick.
Okay.
He's quick. He's got that.
Real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, he's got that.
Eye of the tiger.
Yeah. He's got game.
Right.
You know he does because he's from the right part of town. Let's say that.
All right.
He's from Chan.
Purple Rains. All right. So
Minneapolis.
What about
That's so hood.
Tom Cruise?
Fuck yeah, I could beat Tom Cruise.
Really?
Yeah. No, I probably can't. I don't know. Do you think what volleyball would be a better fit for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We know
he'd take it there. Yeah. Well, because if we played in jeans, and I wrap my hands.
No shirt.
You know what? If I wrap my hands, it might be a pretty close game. Because then I wouldn't be afraid to unleash the beast. Where if I was if I was just going standard, no wrap on my hands, and then he might have a chance. But basketball, I don't know. He's a little fellow. Why are you picking all these little guys? I don't know. I'd say that would probably end in a tie.
I'm picking all these little guys because it really shows how good you are at basketball.
I'm not that good.
Just not very good.
Not very good. You know what? I'm going to say Tom Cruise ends up in a tie.
Okay.
And then we're going to arm wrestle. And he's going to win.
Okay.
I don't know.
What do you think your vert might be?
Maybe 3.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you'd take him.
Maybe.
I don't think you'd take him.
I probably could get as high as 4, but I don't know. It depends on the wind is, I don't know.
All right. It's fair.
If I got my big jumpers on, if I have time to loosen up, if I have time to loosen up, I could get to 4 inches.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not.
What do you think?
That's realistic.
What do you think? What do you think TC's vert is?
I don't know. He's a jumper.
Does his own stunts.
I saw him get on that couch with Oprah, and
exactly.
He went ahead and brought it. But when you start at 5 feet, if you can jump a foot, you're still just getting up to my surface.
Yep.
Where I'm starting at.
Both matchups. A good matchup.
Yeah. I think I probably could dunk on him. But what would happen is he'd get into some Scientology bullshit in the middle, and I'd knock him out.
You get a personal foul on him.
Yeah. You can't throw the ball directly at his head. Oops. Damn. Yeah, no. I'm going to say that's a tie.
All right.
That's a tie. God damn it. I thought I had him. Oh, well.
All right. Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, shit. I don't think he's got game. He's a Southie.
Southie, man. Yeah, he's going to take you.
Yeah, and then he'd probably beat my ass, too, because I'd say something inappropriate. Yeah. That would happen, dude. That would happen. He would beat me by 10, and then he'd beat my ass because he'd be like, Pandy or not, you got to put this guy down.
You're going down.
Dude, that is so true. Yes. But you know what? What I would say is that if I had Marky Mark on the court, he would totally win. But I want him to explain why he sells his health food as being delicious. Like those bars he claims to love. He ain't eating that shit. I don't care who. You know what?
No.
Put a camera in his kitchen. There's no way Marky Mark's eating that shit because it tastes like garbage, and he's taking advantage of people, telling him it's healthy. Come on. Although he has his finger in everything right now. He's got a Chevy truck dealership. He's got a bunch of F45 workout places, they're called, and then he's got Wahlburgers.
And the movies and the charity deals. Yep. He's a busy guy.
I'd be like, beat me up so I can sue you. I need the money. Hell yeah, man. I'm thinking that would be an interesting deal. I don't know. They were just talking about him on a podcast, and I wonder if he's legit. Like all he does is work out. Like, do you do anything else? He works out like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Come on. And then you're going to eat one of those shitty bars? Fuck.
Bullshit.
If I work out that much, I'm eating pasta. Going downtown. What else you got? Is he the last one?
No. I got 3 more.
Holy shit, dude. All right.
Jonah Hill.
Oh. I think I know who that is, but yeah, I think I could beat him.
You take him?
He's skinny now, though, isn't he? I think he lost some lbs.
I didn't know. I wrote the list thinking he was heavy LB.
Oh, yeah, he's still pretty thick, though. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
You take him?
He's the guy from that movie. What is that movie? God, it's the best. Should say Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
I might have to check that picture out again. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I could beat him and then probably have to refuse the drugs he'd be pushing on me. I think he's 420 friendly, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God, yeah.
Hey, now. Who else you got?
All right. Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, fuck. Come on. She probably'd win.
She's angry. She bring that anger to the game, bro.
Let's talk about somebody who's hating Trump right now. Where does she go? Did she fall under a rock or something? You don't ever hear or see her or anything, which I'm fine with.
She's in her Pandy shelter.
Yeah, she's been in her wife's panties for too long.
Where do you think all the TP went?
Speaking of which, I'm low on hand sanitizer. I think I'm okay on TP, though. How you doing on hand sanitizer?
Go to the gas station.
Yeah, well, it didn't work. I told you that might have been a trial and error right there. More error than anything. That's all right, though. Okay. What else you got? Last one.
Last one. This is why it was so ironic from our earlier part of the cast.
Majit?
Do you think you could take 2 little people?
2 on 1?
Yeah.
2 Majits against me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. They're quick. Although they don't have the reach. That's a good question. I'm totally delusional in the fact that I am horrible at basketball. Like, I keep thinking, like, because I'm tall, I should be able to play basketball. But number one, 2020, I'm not that tall because there's a lot of tall people out there right now. So 2020, I'm average, and my game is horrible. Like, I coached 5th and 6th graders a couple years ago, and they actually asked that I didn't shoot in front of the kids. I was strictly there
because the form was so good you didn't want to discourage them from practicing.
Oh yeah, I think that's what it was. Right.
Oh my God, is that true?
Yeah, really, I was just there as the enforcer because I was the one who'd tell the kid, "Hey, stop talking, focus." I had a whistle. They gave me a whistle, but yeah, they specifically said we'd rather you didn't shoot in front of the kids.
Whoa. Like a used whistle?
Oh no, dude. Brand new. Oh, okay. And then I went out and got
out of the package. You unpacked it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no, it wasn't in a package, but you could tell they were new because there's a few of them wrapped together and stuff. I still Sandy did. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Did it have a rope?
Oh yeah, it was a rope. Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, you know, when you're playing hoops, you want the rope. The one on the fingers is more hockey, maybe soccer.
Yeah.
But
yep.
You know, in basketball, when you're coaching, the rope is the way to go. Because then you kind of leave it in your mouth and let the ropes hang. You know, like it's pretty cool. You know, I wore the Chuck Taylors, so they knew I wasn't serious about anything. God, they left me alone with the kids a couple times. Where like I was the coach, and I'm like, how about we just shoot around? Like I don't know what to do. I don't speak basketball. But I could tell you one thing. I'm beating a couple of those people on your list, even though I do suck super bad. That's for sure.
All right. Well,
I like it though. I like that.
I think that gives a good snapshot.
Yeah, nice window. Real nice window. So we're gonna wrap this bitch up. So for next time, we're gonna have an eating with Eric segment, takeout style. Pandy.
Pandy.
On top of the fact that you're eating it in your car, some animal.
Tell me about it. Pretty disappointed.
Well,
I'm not going to lie. There could have been a loose fry between the seat, too.
Yeah. More like a loose stool. Come on.
I'm definitely coming out of this thing with more LBs. I'll tell you that.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, you could I really, I'd be happy to publish my stats for my, my phone tracks my walking and stuff. I mean, I did like a 5 3/4 miler one day. I mean, it took it. Yeah, I was wiped out, believe me. And once they picked me up with the chopper to get me to help.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I've been literally, I try to do at least 2 miles, but
a day.
Yeah. But if there's,
that's not bad.
Well, but if there's any sign of rain, if the wind's more than 4 miles per hour, I can't go out. I can't risk it.
I would walk in a downpour before I'd walk in 30-mile-an-hour wind. Wind drives me absolutely bonkers, man.
Well, you just can't risk it with the Pandy floating around. I mean, someone could sneeze a mile away and it would hit you. Come on.
Yeah, it's like a natural delivery system for
walking in the rain either. I mean, any excuse. I mean, if my shoes are too far from me, I'm bailing out.
I've actually done the. I don't jog well, but when
I believe
really
that. I believe that.
When I'm truly trying to work out, I'll do like a walk, jog mix. Where I'll walk for like 15, and then I'll give it a nice light jog for about 5 minutes, and then back her down to a walk.
I'm calling bullshit. You're walking for 10, you're running, you're jogging for 1. And then you're slowing down to catch your breath for 1, and then you're going to go back to a walk.
5 minutes. I can get 5 minutes out of a jog. And I don't know if it's because I'm...
Bullshit!
No, we'll do it together.
Oh, you know what? You know what? We'll get Dave in. Dave, the marathon quitter, and he'll be able to go. He's still working on a 3K.
But I shouldn't laugh. I could not run a 3K.
There's no such thing as a 3K.
I know. I couldn't run it. Well, 3K is a distance, dude.
Well, it's like a mile and a half. But like the known one is the 5K, which is actually 3 miles.
Mile and a half.
I went with the metric mile and a half.
But here's the deal on jogging. I don't know if I quit jogging because feel like my chest is gonna explode, or because I get in my head, man. I get so bored. Yeah. Like I start thinking of shit. I'm like, fuck this. What am I doing?
I get so bored
every time.
You need to get some good fighting music. You know what you need to do is get a podcast in your ears and just kind of float away with it. It makes it go. I don't know. I just me and the boss go, and she talks the whole time. I don't have to worry about doing anything. Like I get done and my legs are fine, my chest is fine, but I just can't process any more communication. I just gotta hey, I'm tapping out, man. I can't. Whoa. Can we do a silent mile?
Do you have any words left?
Jesus. How can you possibly have so much to say? That was actually, I went to pick the kid up in Phoenix. And so I flew in early Saturday morning, and he doesn't get up till like 11 or whatever. So I call him at like 9:30, like, hey, I'm in town. I was going to swing by. And he's like, I need another hour. I'm like, oh, yeah, why not? I mean, I just flew across the country to see you, but yeah, take another hour of sleep. No big deal.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go
hang out in the lobby.
I'm just going to go drive around and waste gas. And, which by the way, Phoenix gas is twice the price of the gas here.
Well, it's better.
But it's Western gas. But whatever. I finally get there to pick him up, and I shit you not, I picked him up at like 11 o'clock on Saturday, and I was with him till we came home at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. And he didn't shut up the whole time. Like he talked the whole time. Like I don't think he can handle silence. He just talks, and I'm like, there were times where I looked at him and I'm like, you're still talking. Like, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm yourself included. We're in our car all the time. Silence is beautiful. That's part of this.
Oh yeah.
That's part of this Pandy that I love. It's like no one is ever around. I love it. But
I know
when you're forced to interact with family, it's like, oh God, you're still talking. Like, Couldn't get him to shut up.
None of it's interesting.
Yeah, we don't have to catch up the full 6 months in 2 days. I mean, we got the next 6 months to talk it over. There's a pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, let's not blow it all in one weekend.
Let's ease into it.
Whew, keep some of it a surprise for when we get home. No.
Bump the brakes on your emotions.
How dare you? No, I had a great time. We had a blast. We did a lot of hiking. I got up to 5,000 feet, like hiking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that's nice.
Yeah. If you look at the fine print, I started at 45.
I was going to say, you didn't start at the ocean.
No. But that 500 was straight up, dude. It was big time.
Air too.
Oh, God. There's like 80-year-old ladies with walkers passing me. Just making sure these rocks are secure. It was pretty steep going up, though. It was legit. But it's funny. And
you.
Yeah, fucking old broad. So we'll end with this. I'm up there with the 19-year-old who completely lives on his own now, totally self-sufficient. He's doing things that I would love to be doing, but can't because I'm an adult. But we go days without talking when he's at college because I know he's fine. He makes good decisions, blah, 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 blah. But we get up to this thing at 5,043 feet, and it's like we're at the top. You know, it's like a top of a Sedona mountain. You know, it's not like rounded. It's flat on top.
It's a plateau.
Plateau. And we walk across, and he's like out near the edge. And I'm like almost shitting myself because I'm like, why do you got to be over there by the edge? And he wasn't even close. Like, he probably still had 3 feet of rock ahead of him. But that next step was a big step. And I'm staying way back. I'm like, why do you got to do that? Like, that's not cool at all, man. Like, God.
Two body lengths is the minimum you need between an edge and your feet.
Oh, is that what that sounds like you read it in a manual somewhere. But I remember,
I do not like that.
I remember we went up to the Grand Canyon, I don't know, 10 years ago. And there were people I didn't know who were close to the edge, and my stomach was turning. Like, there aren't a lot of things that bother me. Like, the fucking bird walking through the parking lot. That dude would have bothered me. But not like this. I mean, that would have been my fight or flight thing there, running into Birdman.
Yeah.
But this on the edge, your stomach turns and you're like, oh my gosh.
And you get that queasy, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's a really nasty feeling for me anyway.
It ain't cool.
When I was at the Space Needle in Seattle.
Oh yeah. Did you go to the top?
Yeah, on the outside with the observation deck or whatever.
Look at the brass bag of berries on this guy.
Nope. I'll be completely honest, man. About 10 minutes in, I slowly just kind of merged back inside. And I thought, if I don't get down in the next 60 seconds, I'm going to projectile vomit and shit at the same time everywhere.
Someone please show me to the bar, please.
Bad.
Someone please show me to the bar. What would be interesting when you're at the Space Needle is to just, throw some gloves on and do a quick sift through the trash. See how many pairs of soiled underwear are in there. Like, how many people just shit themselves because they can't. And I wouldn't even. And I don't even know.
I don't even think it's that high. Like, it's not like
It's pretty high.
It's not like Dubai.
Well, it's probably not. It's probably not 5K like what I did. I mean, whatever. Speaking of which,
I doubt the Space Needle is 5,000 feet tall. Dude.
It sways a little bit.
It might be 1,000.
Yeah. So what are you pissing about? Although you were probably, same. I was probably 700 feet off the ground, so it's probably a wash. Yeah. But I did I did the St. Louis Arch. I went up in the middle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you talk about tight. They put you in this little shuttle thing, and then you're like touching, and then you get up in the top, and you like crawl, and then you look out the bottom, and you can look down. But that wasn't that bad. It was more claustrophobia than fear of heights in that one.
But the beauty of the view there is the actual arch, dude, from the ground. What do you need to be in it for?
Well, because I played a little game called Who Can Smell the Fart First? Because you're in this seal up in the arch. It's like very sealed. Like, I don't even think you can walk like upright. Yeah, like you do, but I had to hunch. Like Danny DeVito would be fine. Tom Cruise would be fine.
Oh, he run
but
right
I had
through.
to hunch, and I let a little drag bunt out just to see what the reaction would be, because they can't go anywhere, and they can't open a window.
Shit.
Oh boy, good times, huh? I want to party with.
I like it.
I want to party with you, dude. How was the arch?
What are you eating?
Oh, it's beautiful, but I think something died up there. Yeah, you were up there with the fat guy, weren't you? Yeah.
He did the same thing in the cafe.
Yeah, and the bar last night, and the reception
He cleared
area.
it out.
Come on. All right, brother. Hey, we got to wrap this thing up. Hey, thanks for the time, and we'll be checking in with you again shortly. I'm going to be doing more shows and getting them out there. I might even cut this bad boy into 2 because she's a largie. All right. Thanks to the Big Easy. We'll check in with you later on, man. Until then, everybody take care. Stay safe. Stay away. Wash your hands. See ya. That's it. That's the end.
That's a wrap.
Read the shtick.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, thedkprojectpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.